What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. Paisanos, before I begin, I want to ask you guys the common question of the day. What is your favorite mat in this game? Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Mine's obviously my favorite one is going to be the UDS Exodia one, also known as Flexodia. I love that mat. It looks clean. I wish Konami did more cloth mats. They look amazing. And if you guys had your opportunity to see one, they are beautiful. As time goes on, I feel like those mats are going to get harder and harder to find. So if you can get your hands on a UDS cloth Konami play mat, I recommend you do, because those mats are a masterpiece. Now, this past weekend, they wrote the Extravaganza. We actually seen the winner mat from Toy Guide. You guys have the opportunity to win one, and I also got one as well. And I'm really liking the fact that Konami's starting to make mats that had the field centers in the mats. And something that Konami used to do and not do. For the most part, they used to not do, though. And we're starting to see like field centers in the mats that Konami's making out, which I think is awesome. I think it's great because it helps a lot of players, especially now during, only remote duels for a lot of players. This will make it a lot more clear as to what zone the cards are in, as well as have beautiful artwork. And the Toy Guide mat, pretty nice, Konami. I will say they finally did a good mat. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below, comment question of the day has been asked. Go ahead and answer it. Paisanos, one of the most dominant decks this past weekend, whether it's the Pro Play Games events or whether it's the Extravaganza events, whatever it is, has been Dragonlings. They are the deck to beat right now. And depending how good your deck is, that beating that deck is depending where your deck falls on the tier list of the game. And I might do a tier list video. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But looking at Dragonlings, they're definitely the deck to beat. Now, if you're looking to get started Shifu, one of the cards that I believe is a 3 of in Dragonlink, this original print Secret Rare cast Impact with a $18 market price is roughly around $23. Now, it did get reprinted, I believe, as an ultra rare. Yeah, it's ultra rare. In the 2020 Lost Memories, so that is starting to rise up to near $10 a copy for the ultra rare reprinted version. Another card that's really good, by the way, is Ice Dragon's Prison. Now, this is a weird kind of card, because I personally don't like this card against Dragonlings, but I like this card against decks that can beat Dragonlings. One of them being my Shadow Vote deck. Looking at Ice Dragon Prison's on the Rise of Duel, it's the only printing. Unfortunately, this card is a $58 market price, and the value of this card is roughly around $60 a copy for Ice Dragon Prison and ultra rare. It was crazy to note when we first got the Spiral Link monster, it was like $35. We thought that was insane, being the fact that it was ultra rare, not secret rare. Ice Dragon Prison being $60 is almost normal now, due to the fact that, well, it's what you need to get. You have to do it. It's good and bad, I guess. If you have this card, you're happy. If you don't have this card, you just gotta play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh without this card. And once again, like I said, depending on the deck you play, you might not need this card. Other decks desperately need it. Then we have Chamber Dragon Maid, another card using Dragonlinks that's always been valued. And once again, I don't understand why Konami has not reprinted this card at all in any way, shape, or form. It does have an insane expensive Starlight Rare, but if you're looking for the original print Secret Rare out of Eternity Code, the other printing with $87 market price, the value is roughly around $86. After that one's gone, it's $87. And then we're in the $90 territory for Chamber Dragon Maid. And it's a card that you definitely need if you're looking to play Dragonlinks. Kind of sucks. There is a cheaper alternative. You can play Poly Dragon Maid, but Chamber is definitely the better one. Drone Lockwood is easily my favorite card right now in the meta. It's a card which I feel like a lot of players don't know about, but it's a card I feel those who do know about it are just abusing this card, because a lot of people are just not ready for it. Drone Lockwood Ultimate Rare at OTS Tournament Pack 8 with a $103 market price is roughly around $126. After that one's gone, by the way, it goes to $130. And within a couple of sales, we're seeing this card be between $140 and $150. That's insane. But realistically, is it though? Being the fact that this card's a hand trap, we're about to hit OTS 16, and this card came out of OTS 8. It only makes sense that this card is going to be worth money because it's hard to find. Now, if you want other versions of Drone Lockbird, no big deal. There's tons of them. Not Drillbird, though, but there are tons of them, and they're as low as roughly around like $8 if you're looking to get the common version. If you would get the common version, you might as well spend a couple extra bucks more and get the OTS 1 Super Rare version, which is roughly around $12. This is definitely a card that I feel like a lot of players are missing out if they're looking to side cards in. I think this card's insane. This card definitely just shuts your opponent down. Or if they're playing, let's say, Dragonlinks, it definitely makes them, it puts them on, create your best half-ass combo. And then whatever deck you're playing that's meant to break that deck, easily can break it. So it's definitely something I definitely consider if you guys are not using it already. Then we have Tri-Brigade Fractal. Out of Phantom Race, Ultra Rare with an $18 market price is roughly around, well, $17 to $18. Now, I'll be honest with you. Past couple of weeks, I felt like Tri-Brigade kind of fell off. And then we saw a trap version of Tri-Brigade. It still gets to lock you, but it also has traps in the deck. So besides the fact that back when you used to go, okay, so I just need 2 muscles on board to smack over the Tri-Brigade lock. No. Now we have a bunch of traps. So besides Tri-Brigade lock, you now have the answer to all the traps in the back row. Also, this deck definitely takes more advances of Tri-Brigade Revolt. And it's a really good card in this kind of situation when you're playing a more slower game state with Tri-Brigades and not really dependent on a crazy turn 1 lock. So definitely a really interesting deck in the meta. So Genesis Impacts had Collector's Rares. It still has it, but it used to have it as well. This Collector's Rares and Genesis Impact is something I'm not really excited about because it's not meant for collectors, and I kind of wish they were with little sprinkles for meta players. It's not like that. In fact, it's the opposite. Konami said Genesis Impact, and then they turned around and said, make sure everyone wants to buy it besides collectors. Like, this is the Collector's Rare of a Collector's Rare set. Look at a card like Nightmare Unicorn being roughly around $75, Nightmare Phoenix being roughly around $72. If you want to play any of the live twins, you got to buy the Deck Core Max Radio over here. Artemis, by the way, is now up to $76. You need one of them, but $76. And of course, if you're looking to play Dry Trunks with new Dry Trunks support coming out, it's roughly around $46. Where are the cards for collectors? Okay, up next, Fantastical Dragon Fantasma. What I love about this card is the fact that this card is used in Dragon Links, obviously because they want to extend and sculpt their hand and make a better board. But it's also used against Dragon Links. In fact, this card is insane against Dragon Links because you'll be able to draw 4, put 3 back with 1 card, which is absolutely broken. The cool thing about Fantastical Dragon Fantasma is a majority of decks, almost every deck in the meta, goes into at least 1 link. So if you're in a game-winning situation, no matter where your opponent's playing, there's a good chance if you open Fantasma, you're going to be able to proc Fantasma. If your opponent ashes your Fantasma, do you really complain? I don't know. You did lose a way to sculpt your hand, but your opponent did give you an ash. It's like they negotiated, but I feel like they always lose out in that situation. If Fantasma just hit board, though, any normal someone can get you into like a Verta and a Conde. Or besides the fact that, you know, you can do that, you can also sculpt your hand, which is a big deal as far as creating just amazing boards. I really feel like Fantasma is definitely the card that's helping to find the meta, and more than likely, Konami's going to hit this card. As much as you're like, V, no, there's so many other cards, I get that. But anytime we have a draw card that's pretty decent, Konami comes out of nowhere and goes, oh, you having a fun time? Cool. Whap, and then they just hit it in the meta. It just happens. Into the Void, Upstart Goblin. I mean, we can literally play a game and just naming them all. It's insane. And I wouldn't be surprised if Fantasma gets on that list. I will say, though, if you're looking to buy any Fantasma, there's the Gold Rare Alternate Arts being roughly around $1.50. There's a Super Rare being at $4. The Ultra Rare being at $4.50. But if you want the highest end Fantastical Dragon Fantasma, with a $25 market price, Let You Play Unlimited being roughly around $32, $33 with shipping, you can start getting this card roughly around $60. $60 for Fantasma. And of course you would want to buy it at $60. By the way, little fun fact, this card used to be $120. So if anyone complaining at $60, it needs to be $120. If you sold yours, no big deal. You could have bought it when it was dirt cheap. And now, look at it right now, it's at $60 a copy for Fantasma. Why? Because almost every player, minus a very few amount that can play this card, is playing this card. It's a big deal in the game right now. So, yeah, Fantasma, good cardboard. Then we have Witcher Strike. This card did not get a reprint in the Megatins, did it? Let's see. The other print that came out of... Oh, it did get a reprint. This card got a reprint in the Megatins. And if you're looking to get the Megatin version of Witcher Strike, well, it's, for the most part, it's sold out. There's one new seller, and one guy selling the Ultra roughly around $11. Okay. And then if you want to buy the Savage Strike version of Witcher Strike, the original print Secret Rare with an $8 market price, the value of this card is roughly around $13. $13. Okay. Why? Well, this card always was a good card. It always is a card that should be in the back of everyone's mind. You see, you play against like a Dragonling player, use their last negation, you flip Witcher Strike if you can survive. You play against any slower matchups, use the negation, you win. Witcher Strike isn't always a bad card as much as it is a card that's waiting for the format in which you can see play in. It needs a format slow. Is it this format? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think the format is that slow in order for Witcher Strike to be good. But I do think it's inevitable that we'll be in a format where this card will be a 3-0 for everybody. I really do think once combo decks are just almost gone, or we see all the mid-range decks be like the tier 1 and no combo decks at all, which can happen, by the way. Witcher Strike definitely would be one of the best cards, if not in the main, definitely in the side, for a lot of players. So it's inevitable the fact that this card's going to see play. The only question is when. Is it now? I don't know. I don't think so. But we have to see what the future of this game is. By the way, you have this card, you probably, I mean, do you sell it? Do you not sell it? I actually don't know. Definitely sell the ultra rares. Okay. Prank Kids is another deck that yet again topped this past week in multiple events. Now, is Prank Kids good? Yes and no. I still think the amount of Prank Kids players not too a while ago in the beginning of this meta, there was tons of them topping everywhere because a lot of people didn't know what Prank Kids did. But now we're in a situation in which a lot of players are knowing more Prank Kids did. So as time goes on, that pool, I'm gonna do it this way, that pool of Prank Kids players is just winding down to where the really good Prank Kids players are still topping events, but the random kids that were just randomly just smacking locals because kids were like, what does fancies do? That's going away. So they're going away. And this is what we're seeing. Okay, we can do the same chart going up. Anyway, you get what I'm trying to say, right? The difference is, the thing is, I still think Prank Kids is a phenomenal deck. Absolutely worthy of being a tier 1 status deck. But with more players getting more information, knowledge about how to play this deck, that means there's more players getting information and knowledge on how to beat this deck. So the really good players are still going to be there because they know, they already planned. They've been preparing for you. The guy who's ready to fight the deck. But to the players that have been smacking locals, going to time, talking about, let me read your card. We got how much time on the clock? All right, let me read every single card you ever played in your entire life, starting with the words. And I got to look it up as well to verify the words are correctly. Oh, is that time in the round? I won? Okay, cool. Good GG. Those players are going away. And we're seeing really good players actually still play this deck. And I kind of like that. Now, look at that Prank Kids place. It's roughly around $24. Doodle $17, and that is still a ton of money. Battle Boat is $350. The rest of the Prank Kids monsters, at one point they were like starting to hit some crazy numbers. They're like roughly around dollars, which is like just dollar buying special, so that's kind of fun. But the thing is, like, Prank Kids is still gonna be worth money. They're still gonna hold good value. The question is, will they be around after the ban list? I think so. We'll have to see though. Erotic Dragon of Gebeb. This card with roughly around $1.72 market price is roughly around $11. Now, if you want a first edition version, no big deal. That's $16 for this card. It was a super rare out of Galactic Overlord. That's why. It's just old, hard to find, and someone decided to buy it out. Probably said, hey, listen, there's some tech about this card. Is there really, though? Who knows? But the card's worth a lot of money. Mech Knights are just worth money in general. I grabbed Purple Knight for it because this card is insane right now. The original print Extreme Force, with roughly around $11 market price, is roughly around $25. Are Mech Knights good? They're not bad. I do think the thing about Mech Knights is they take a huge advantage on the game stage in which they play around decks that are meant to be Dragonlinks. And that's the thing. I feel like the Dragonlinks is the best deck. And there's the decks that are like, I'm more than willing to fight Dragonlinks. And then there's decks like Mech Knights that are like, I will probably get smoked by Dragonlinks. Maybe. I don't know. Comment down below. But I'm going to smoke the decks that are meant to be the big guy. And I don't know. Something about that feels like, I guess so. But then we just have Ultigeist, and Ultigeist beats you. So, like, what's the win here? Like, I love it. That's what I love about Ultigeist. Ultigeist, the great checker. Ultigeist is like, okay, there's the best deck. That's the deck to beat the best deck, and that's the deck to beat the deck that wants to be the best deck. I'll take that guy. I'll take that guy on. I'd break his kneecaps, and I'll just walk right through him. And I don't know, something about that, to me, it's hilarious. But looking at cards like Mech Knights, I definitely think they're great deck cards. I definitely think it's a phenomenal deck, and I definitely think piloted by a great player can get that player a win in a bunch of events. I really do think that. I think that Mech Knights have a huge potential that people have, and including myself, by the way, have not been acknowledging. And I'll tell you right now, I do think Mech Knights definitely have the potential to be a great deck. With that said, how do you beat Dragonlinks? I would love to see that matchup. Okay. Then we have OTS Pack 14. As time goes on, this is going to get more hard to find. This is going to get more hard to find. It's going to get more expensive. It's going to get more expensive. You're going to want to listen now because it will rise in value. That is a guaranteed. Excuse me. All right, so let's look into it. Toon Kingdom Ultimate Rare has slowly been increasing in value. With the original $56 market price, the value right now is roughly around $62 for Ultimate Rare Toon Kingdom. This is the money card out of OTS 14, hands down. No joke. If you said, V, would you want to have a Nibiru, Super Poly, or Toon Kingdom, I would tell you, I want as many Toon Kingdoms as I can possibly hold, because that's a money card. Don't get me wrong, I have a playset Super Poly. I still need to pick up 2 more Ulti Nibs, okay? But Toon Kingdoms is money. Why is that? Because it's the collector's cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are always looking at Toons as an archetype, even though they're not really good. They always have that thing in the back of the mind, Maximilian Pegasus, being the fact he's a famous character, as well as casuals loving Toons. And of course, collectors love this card. Like, that's where the majority of this card's going, to collectors. Being the fact that the collectors do not play in OTS tournaments, they can't access OTS packs. Since they can't access OTS packs, they can't get their hands on Toon Kingdom, meaning they have to buy it in the secondary market. As we go on this game and we get more and more collectors, we will have more of a demand for cards like Toon Kingdom. How easy is it for you to get Toon Kingdom 5 years from now? Exactly. Not that easy. Almost damn near impossible. You'll be in the same category as collectors who's looking to get Toon Kingdom for their collection. Is it weird? Absolutely. But is it going to be worth money? Yeah. 100%. The fact that nobody's looking at this card right now is hilarious to me. I have about 2 of these. I'm looking at my personal play set. Not that I'm a collector, but I want to dangle something over a collector's head before I feed them. And that's why I think Toon Kingdom is the best card in OTS 1 Pack 14. By the way, I also like Atlantean Dragoons. It's slowly rising in value. It went to like $5 for a common, went back down. Now it's at $2. I wish we had more reprints of Atlantean Dragoons. Even though I had the ultis, I really wish we had more availability for more players. But this isn't bad for now. And if you're looking to play Atlanteans, if you're even debating on playing Atlanteans, you better be holding your playset of Atlantean Dragoons out of OTS Pack 14. A lot of other great cards in this OTS set. I really do like this OTS set a lot, to be honest with you, including my Icarus attack. Let's go Black Wings. Okay, now, remember what I said about Prank Kids? They are definitely a tier 1 deck. One of the best cards against Prank Kids is Twin Twisters. This ultimate coming out of OTS Tournament Pack 12 with a $67 market price is roughly around $70 to $75. Why is this good? Because Prank Kids really bank off one card. That's it right there, one card. Technically 2 if you count, they're going to be 1, but it's a floodgate, we'll count 1 card. They play Prank Kids Pandemonium. If you guys don't know, Prank Kids Pandemonium can only activate during the main phase. Being the fact that that's the case, we're seeing Yu-Gi-Oh! Players starting to slide a lot more Twin Twisters. In fact, 3 Twin Twisters in just because of that. So basically what's happening is they're going, okay, Pandemonium activates during the main phase. Draw. Standby. And Prank Kids players are going, yeah. And then you go, okay, I'm going to activate Twin Twisters. And they're like, and then you just go, what happened? You were looking to do things during the main phase? Huh? And then they just lose. Well, they don't really lose as much as you just break their board, and being the fact they're playing, like, let's say, like, Dragon Links, you start summoning your Dragon combos, and they more than likely lose. This card's insane. This card's really good. I do think that the fact that this card is going to start seeing more play. In fact, I've been ignoring this card for a while, but I might start playing this card more myself personally, just because it's really good at doing that. Really good stopping during the main phase. Of course, if you play against a Shadow matchup, they have a Schism. Hitting the Schism during the standby phase means they can activate it during the main phase. So this card is going to get better. You can say the same thing about Cosmic Cyclone, I get that, but once again, specifically against Prank Kids, they are playing multiple back rows, specifically, they're going to be 1, as well as Pandemonium, and this card's good against it. Just a little food for thought. Keep an eye on this card. Then we have Ghosts in the Past. Oh boy. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Ghosts in the Past, we'll start with the Ghost Rares. The Ghost Rares out of Ghosts in the Past are having factory conditions. I know people are talking about it in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mark Facebook group. It's been talked about. There's been pictures. It's all over there. If you want to check that out, go ahead and check that out. On this Discord, links to all that's going to be down below, by the way. That's there. We'll talk about that as well. If you want to go talk about it in further details, go ahead and watch me on Twitch, Twitch TV, YGO/Paisano, or something to that aspect. Links, that's going to be down below. And we'll talk about all about this. But there's a lot of people pulling Ghost Rares, like Dark Magician, with bends in the back. BLS, which just looks like water paint scuff in the back. I've seen both. I don't know what Konami's gonna do about it, but if I have to go by their track record, probably nothing. They're gonna do nothing about it. If you pull a Ghost Rare, let's say Black Soldier, and it looks like someone took a mini shotgun on the back of it, nothing's probably gonna happen other than the fact that you are screwed. This has happened for some cells already on TC Player, and they're not happy. People are listing. There was a guy who listed it as damage. Let's see. We got a picture of the back. I can show you guys in better detail. See, this one's not bad. There was one of them that had it. This one has some of the scuff you can see over here though. That's like, it looks like a smearing. There's like, they took a good picture of that. It's actually a really good picture of it. That's one. The other one, and once again, I'm not sure if is he gonna show it. Is that even, wait. Okay, for a second I thought it was secret rare. He's not gonna show the back. Okay, slick. It's Dark Magician. I know. Let's go see what happens with it's Black Soldier and Dark Magician. One has like the smearing, one has scuff. Some songs they have both. Factory error. Here we go. So here's one factory. God. Okay. Okay. Dark Magician got this. You know. Okay. Just watch. Okay. Show it. Indents on back. You can see small ones over here. There, okay. See that? Yeah, you do see, okay. See that? I've seen one where it's all been down the back. Imagine pulling a Ghost Rider edition. You're like, yeah. And then you look at the back and you're like, no. That's literally what is happening here. Now, once again, you can't blame Konami, right? Look at this one. There's a smearing. There's right there. There it is. Picasso got drunk that one day. Smeared it. There you go. Beautiful. You know he tried doing one of these too. With his finger. You know he tried doing that. There's no doubt in my mind. Whoever got this was like, didn't work. It didn't work. No, we just gotta take the L on that one. That's the ink. That's the. Let me see. Did I miss this one too? Look how beautiful that card looks. Oh, there it is. Look, this one isn't as bad, but I seen it. Like, oh, this guy got a double whammy. Oh, he hit the lot. Go play the lottery, my guy. He got the smearing right here. You can see that, and then he got the machine gun. Oh, that factory worker today was having a good time. All right. Anyway, Dark Vision out of Ghosts in the Past and all these Ghost Rares, even though they are really messed up, it's cool to pull a Ghost Rare. Due to the fact that there's nothing you can do if you pull one that's fucked up, does make it kind of messed up. And I'll be honest with you, you do have a weird feeling when you pull one of these cards because they are worth a lot of money. As low as $275 in the case of Firewall Dragon, as high as $500 in the case of Dark Magician. And to be honest with you, I personally want a copy of each of these, but do you go ahead and buy them now? Of course not. You do not. In fact, it's better to wait and be patient and then go later on and buy the exact ones you want for the price you want to pay for it. You don't need to buy these now. These are still really high in value. And to be honest with you, more of these products, specifically, once again, Ghosts in the Past, is going to get pulled. So don't run over to it and buy it quickly as possible. It's just not needed. A little fun side note: these cases of these sets were selling for $1,500, upwards as high as $1,500, and they did sell. They sold all over the place. We showed you in one of our previous videos about how, looking at eBay history, they sold for $1,500. Imagine spending $1,500, finally putting a Ghost Rare, and it looked like a midget shot a bunch of machine gun bullets in the back of the card. Or Picasso got drunk one day and fell asleep, passed out, and smeared the thing over your card, and then shipped it to you. Wow. Then we're going to have to talk about Ghosts in the Past, the actual cards in the set, besides the Ghost Rares, which are beautiful, by the way. Okay. Ghost Rare Ghosts in the Past, a box of itself, sells roughly around $25. It shows right here. Dragoonie Remus, $23. Then you got Evenly Matched, $15. Neo Shadow Genius, $15. Supernova Dragon, $10. Basically, this is a great set to talk about singles. And once again, if you bought a Steel Ghost in the Past, a lot of it, and you did get burned, there's nothing wrong with just taking this as an opportunity to learn the fact that buying sealed might not be the best way just because there's a lot of hype behind a blatant thing like Ghost Rares. Obviously, we know a selling point doesn't equal value in a set. It never does. And looking at Ghost in the Past, we can see that even though they had a Ghost Rare selling point, even though they announced a bunch of reprints, even though there was a hype behind a fake leak list, it didn't matter in the whole end of the scheme, being the fact that if you held that money, you could have bought singles and literally bought exactly everything you wanted, plus had money left over to buy a Ghost Rare, in which, you don't have to kind of guess anymore when you get your sealed case going. Hopefully I pulled the $500 one and not the $250 one, being the fact that you might have paid upwards as high as $1,500 for the case. Looking at cards like Dragoonie Remus, it's evidently one of the best cards in the set, but did it see play? I looked at a couple of deck lists already this past weekend. I have not seen anyone talk about Remus, but it is a good card, allegedly. Looking at Evenly Matched is a great card for those who didn't have the opportunity to get the card original print, or the other reprinting, so it's good that it is on here for $15, and hopefully this card price does go low, which I think it's going to go. Neo Shadow Genius was as high as $15, which is hilarious. You're hilarious, princess. Listen, I think there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that are playing Shadows. I am playing Shadow Invoke, that's my baby, and it's definitely my favorite deck of the meta. It's a deck in which and I say it all the time in my videos, and check me out on Twitch when I play it, but it's a deck in which you don't have any great games, you don't have any bad games, you fight the meta head on, and most of your wins are based on your skill, your way to win the game, and I really enjoy that. Looking at Neo Shadow Genius being $15, you're out of your mind if you think I'm going to buy this card for $15. You're absolutely drunk. You're drunk. Go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't care if you ever had a beer in your life, and tell them you need to be there if you think I'm buying this card for $15. It's not worth $15 at all. It's a one-off, if that. Now, some of these might go, V, Genius is a hard card to pull. Sure. Is it seeing play? Not really. Kind of, sort of. Am I going to be playing this card eventually? Absolutely. I will get my hands on one of these. It's not that big of a deal. I got my hands on the other Shadow card. That one's cheap as hell. This card should not be $15 at all, and I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players will eventually just see in time as this card price point drops lower and lower and lower and lower in value. Red Supernova Dragon's a hilarious card. I don't know why, but if it says red in front of its name, it's worth money if it's relatively new, because there are like red eyes players in this game that just hear red and go, I'll take 18. Like, they go crazy over this. Then we have a bunch of other cards, and here's where we're talking about, where the prices are just going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And as we go into Ghost of the Past, I'm talking about like by this Wednesday, the prices of a majority of these cards are going to be dirt cheap. And if you're looking to go ahead and buy Ghost of the Past, well, there's a good amount you can buy already. We'll talk about that in a second. But there's a good amount that is still falling down. Heroic Seal Heavenly Spirits with a $5 mark price is down $1 to $4. There's other cards like Dragoony Glow. That's roughly around $7. It did go up $1, but that's because of Dragoonies. Little fun fact, that was supposed to be a structure deck for us. Legatus is $7, so Dragoon is looking good, but they haven't seen any play. Then again, this is the debut weekend of Ghost of the Past, so we still don't know whether or not this can still see play. So definitely a room for potential for Dragoonies. They got Emergency Teleport, one of my favorite cards in this set, which I think is have insane value. It's roughly around $360 when market price has that $390. It will go down more. Wait, be patient. That's the card you're going to go and snipe. And then you got a bunch of other cards like Fan Knight Fogblade, another phenomenal card in Ghost of the Past. This card has the potential to spike insanely high in value. Look at the other versions of Fogblade. You know what? You know, look, we're doing a video. Let's talk about it real quickly. Fogblade right now is roughly around $3. All right. $1 shipping, and then you look at the common version being roughly around, almost say $5. You want an ultra rare? No big deal. Wing Race has an ultra rare, $7. You want a secret rare? Roughly around $10. Ghost of the Past Fogblade right now is $3. This card is criminally undervalued, and we wait as the price point stabilizes, and it's still kind of stabilizing. Once it does, I think we're gonna go in and snipe this card up. You got also Starry Nights, and you got Sun Avalanche or Sun Vines or whatever the sun wants to be called today. And to be honest with you, I really want to play these two deck cards. I think they're really fun. I think they have huge opportunity to see play. And if you're not playing these decks, give it a try, or at least know what they want to do, because they will show you when you play against them. And I'm actually really excited to pick these up. Hell Shadow Hollows $250, that's the exact price it should be. And to be honest with you, you just need to buy one. If you're looking to play Trap Shadows, you might want to consider picking up two, but you really don't need it. You really need one, but you'll still pick up two because you play Trap Shadows, and you love having extras of things you might not realistically use. All right, now, go on to page 2, and everything is just, once again, page 2 is the bargain bin of what is already a bargain bin subset. Look at the rest of the cards over here, including Necros of Arid Hair. It's $230. By the way, to the guys who's about to correct me in the comments down below about that, I don't care at all. V, it's so easy. Anyone can say it. Okay, guy who loves calling crystalline needle fiber, crystalline hacker fabrics. Nobody likes you. That's easy for me to say. Throwing it out there. No, your dad was like, "Do we have to like raise him? Do we have to? Do we have to like raise this? We don't have to, right? Like, they have abortion? No. Okay. Anyway, just throwing it out there. There's always someone in my comments that does it. And I don't like ban the kid because I find it entertaining, but at the same time, I always go, look at his. Anyway, look at the rest of the cards. It's cool to see Orchestrated Return eventually getting a reprint. The fact that the secret rares have been that much high that long should have meant you should have sold them already. And if you did, smart guy on you. If not, well, now the ultra rare is $1. Yes, you have the higher rarity, but the ultra rare is $1. No one's gonna spend $20 like they used to on the secret versions of Orchestrated Return. And here's the part where I say, okay, ready? Here's a cutoff line. This entire page 2. Page 2 on is literally where you can buy whatever you want from Ghost of the Past. I'm not saying the prices are going to get cheaper. They might definitely still get cheaper. But everything at this point is dollar binder specials. Everything. Including cards like Madolche Pudding Cessor. Including the Danger Thunderbird, which I think is a great buy. Including the rest of the Sunvine deck core. Including everything. Cosmo Tin Can 66 cents. Ultra Rare Savage is the highest rated version of Savage. And it's 24 cents. Like, this is a great buy. And if you're looking at investing cards, this is a great card to go in and snipe. Phenomenal. Savage, amazing. Highest rarity right there. Boom. Done. Let's see what else we got over here. More Madolche stuff. If you're looking to get pudding sets, because remember when the common used to be like $10? I know, I should sell them to people. Well, now you got the 29 cents version for Ghost of the Past, and that version is ultra rare. Looking at the rest of the cards, you got Match Change. I believe there's Match Change 1 and 2. They're both pretty cool to pick up. Cosmo Dark Lady Secret Rare used to be a lot of money, 25 cents for the ultra rare. Falco. Amadeus is roughly on a quarter, as well as Foul. You don't really need these, but they're literally like worthless. Why not buy them? Like, seriously, that's a phenomenal buy for these cards. Let's see what we got here. Warrior Prisoners is a great card nobody's looking at right now, and you should be looking at this card because this card will eventually see play. It's a floodgate that requires the graveyard to do things, and we've been in metas where that has been a thing. Warrior Prison being 36 right now is an amazing card to buy. Cosmos is a card you want to buy a playset of because why not? It's Cosmos, and I love Cosmos. You should love them too. The Stalos is a great card to buy. 30 cents, not bad. I mean, you can buy the secret rares, but really have to see. The Monica Rups is the highest rarity version of Monica Rups. Before this ultra rare, they had super rares, and they were insanely high in value. In fact, let's see if they're still worth a lot of money. Let's see if you're still big for your britches. Super rare Monica Rups. Looking at super rare Monica Rups, it's roughly around $2. Hey, they went down now finally. But the ultra rare Ghost of the Past is definitely the version of the card you want to pick up due to the fact that it is the highest rarity version. As time goes on, this will be hard to find. That's a good card you want to grab as soon as possible. Going over to page 5. We're just right now we're in sniper mode. That's all we're doing right here. Okay, we're just going and getting exactly what we want out of this set, and sucks to suck for anybody that didn't. They have Miracle Single Fusion. If you don't have this card already, you might want to pick it up unless you have the Ultimate Rare. Did it come Ultimate Rare? I always see a Single Fusion. I always think about I always think here Single Fusion. I think about not like there's definitely a Hero Ultimate Rare Single Fusion. It doesn't matter. Buy this card. It's whatever. It's a fusion card. Seriously, buy this card. It's 15 cents. Like what are you being cheap for? Look at the rest of the cards. They're not bad. There's Ultra Metaphor Fusion. I kind of like the Super Rare original print, but it's up to you. Let's see what else we got over here. Baby Rock's not a bad card, but it also came out dual terminal. And, I mean, that's pretty much it right now. There may be more cards to go ahead and snipe later on and Ghost of the Past, but these are cards I'm personally looking at. I think you guys should definitely check out if you are looking to go ahead and snipe cards in this set due to the fact that everyone bought this set, threw it on the market. So you run it like a sniper, you grab a bunch of a card and you throw it in one of these 800 count BCW boxes and you wait until it goes up in value, which inevitably always does. This set does have value. Ghost of the Past does have value, but not right now. Well, besides Ghost Rares out of Ghost of the Past. Ghost Rare and Ghost of the Past has values. You pull Remus, you might want to hold it in case people do something with it, then you sell it. Evenly matched, it's always, I think this card will hit like 25, 30 bucks eventually. Shout out Genius is going to be like dirt cheap soon. It's a joke. It's a good card, but like it's not $15 good card. Red Super No Dragon might hold money due to the fact that it's a collector's cards and casuals love it. Low value, Legolas might be like $2. Maybe I'm wrong about that, I don't know. Same with Glow. It's either nothing or worth a lot, you know. Heretic Seal Heavenly Spears being $5 is actually hilarious. It's gonna go lower in value, and then E-Telly is gonna be like one of the money cards. Like there's so much value in Ghost of the Past, but there's no front end value, which a lot of players are expecting to see with a lot of good unlocks and good releases, like maybe a reprinted version of Triple Tactics Talents or Lightning Storms or Droplet, any of those cards. And before you go V, they're gonna have Droplet come on the OTS set. Sure, they will. Just like they printed 2 cards that were in the OTS set as Ultimate Rares that were reprinted in here. So like, yeah, but no, not really at all. So look at Ghost of the Past. I do think it has a lot of potential, but do not buy the front end potential right away like the Ghost Rares. Wait, it will go down in value. If you're looking to go ahead and snipe cards, I already talked about cards I think you should snipe, and wait on the other cards that are still cooling off on the market. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. This is your boy V, you paisanos. You paisanos have a great day.